Buddy, that's what I'm doing.
94%. Did you listen to that call? Did you listen to it?
I didn't, but the thing that I listened to your tape that you sent out, and the narrative, I've been sending to everybody and said, even if you cannot listen to it now, just read the narrative. That alone has piqued people's interest. So I use selling tools. It's awesome. Awesome.
So, you know, the reality is that, you know, because I just showed you from here, from right here, this point right here to right here, all right, that's $1,000, or, you know, it could be $100, or it could be $127. It could be $1,270, or it could be $12,700. It just depends on your account size.
That's what I'm going to ask that question. How you set up your account size? For instance, if you know you start with 100, or how you start with when you're waging, it's how much you have in your account. You mentioned something when the tape you sent up with the young lady, and she was saying that if you're doing it for a month, you have to ensure you have enough funds. If the market pulls back, that you have sufficient funds there. I'm trying to understand that. How that works.
All right. So these 1 minute and 5 minute trades, right? You can easily trade these with $100 in your account, because you with what's called a 0.1 lot size.
Yeah.
0.01, right? You see 0.01 here, right up here. It means that when you're opening a trade, 1 point or pip, every time you see this change, the 64, this number 65, 15065, the 5 and the 6 right here, that's the point, that's the pip. Okay.
Right, the pip.
Yeah, this is like $15,060.39. Okay. So if you enter the trade and it goes up from 65 to 66, you have earned $1. And 0.01 is equivalent to $1. So if you're in a trade, you want to put in, let's say you put a stop loss. Let's say you were entering this trade, all right, here at this point when it was here. And you know, to protect your account, you put in what's called a stop loss. You could put your stop loss down here. Now, if you put it all the way down there, that's like 49 points, which is $49. So if you're trading $100 account, you wouldn't want to put it that far down. You maybe want to put it at $10, which is kind of tight, but you could put it at 10 points below this point where you enter in the trade. So if it reverses on you, you lose $10 out of your $100.
Right.
But in this case, you ended up earning $127 on your $100. Right?
Okay.
So the risk to reward ratio is really excellent, because what we're getting is where to enter the trade. Because without the technology, you wouldn't know that you're supposed to put in a buy right here. Right? Yeah, because when the market was here, see here's what the market was doing most of the day up to that point, up and down, up and down. And when the news came out today, it shot up. This green candle just shot up, and then it came right back down. And it was up and down, up and down. You see, green go up, red go down, green go up, red go down. So you see, it came down. So when it was coming down, how would you know that it's going to go back up? But the technology gave us that information. It gave us one here. You could see this one. You could see green at the bottom, green, green, red, green. So you put in one here. That was a winning trade. So you win that one. It was a smaller win, but still a nice win anyway. You could get 5 or 10 pips out of that trade. 5 or 10 pips, which should be $5 or $10 or $50 or $100, depending on your account size. And then over here, see where it's pushing down. So it looks like the market was reversing, right? It's going into a sell, but it said green, 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 red, green means you should put in a buy. So you put in an order. You put in an order just above that line right here, right? And wait for it to come back up. You see, look what happened. It went up past through it. It didn't even reverse much. It pulled back a little bit. You can see this red wick here. So if you have, you know, this red wick here, so pull back a little bit. So if you put your stop loss about 10 pips down, you need about 20 pips to escape that. But 30 pips is usually what's recommended as a stop loss. So, you know, but, you know, depending on your account size, of course, right? So you enter the trade and look at what happened from here all the way up to here. Okay, and that's just that example. You know, this one you'd have won this one too. It's a shorter win, right? What is that? 40 something pips. All right, but you could take out 20 or 20, 10, 15, 20 pips out of that trade. And then we just look at several others, you know, that happened just today alone. And this is just looking at NAS. You know, here are 2 cells. This is all red, turned green here. And you could see, right, when it turned green, it was pushing up. You put your order in just below, you'd have won that trade, small amount of pips. All right, it went back up again. All right, came back down again for another win. Went back up again. See, it went back up. Put your order in, came back down. It's usually best to just take the first one, maybe the second one. When it comes to the third one, you have to be a little careful. But this was a big sell. This last one was humongous. It's crazy. Right, this last one was beautiful. Right, really beautiful the way it sold off. Because if you caught this last one, and you know, when we get to the point where you're putting 2 trades, you let one ride. This is a 155 pips, which means that if you trade $1 per pick, that's $155. $10 per pick, that's $1,510 in this one move. So $100 account is very powerful to be able to use such a small amount of money and get access to such a large amount of capital, right? Which is one of the great things. But without the technology giving us what to trade, it would be very difficult to be able to benefit from that. So here's our sell. I mean, the day's done, but here's our sell that's about to set up. You see it's all red, and we're just waiting for it to come back up and either cross this line, arch back to come back down. You know, but at the end of the day, this is going to start to just go sideways. We shouldn't expect too much in this last 1 hour of the Friday day. But it sold off really well. You could see that, you know, the entry was here. When it pulled back to here, this was a nice entry point. And into for a sell, it came back down, put us into the sell, and we would have been able to catch this all the way down to here for a really wonderful win. Right, from here down to here, that's 106. Right, this points. And then this is just this move, right? You know, there's going to be a lot more of that next week. It happens every day. Yeah, it happens every day. It's just that we're just getting into the place of using the technology properly, which is going to yield us great results. I mean, and these are the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Now, when you look at let's go to the daily. Let's look at the daily chart, right? Let me just explore this. Look at this daily chart. So on this daily chart, here was a buy, right? Here was a buy. So it came down, pulled back here, and we entered this. All right, we entered a trade. Now here's where you need a larger account, because these pullbacks on the dailies, you know, sometimes it takes a while to set up. So this is 274 points. So you have to have a big enough account to allow, you know, for like, you know, if you're trading 0.01, you have to give this room for like $500 pullback, you know, or even $1,000 pullback, right?
But then it just kicks you into the trade.
Say that again?
If you don't have enough funds, then that's it. It just kicks you right out of the.
Correct. It kicks you out of the trade, right? So if you look at the window on this, let's read how much points is that. Can you see how much is that in the middle?
In the middle, I can't even see that. It's too small for me.
All right, it's 3,184.
What?
Oh,
that's sweet.
That's major, right? So even if you caught this, right, with you know, you have a $1,000 account and you put $1 per pip into this, right, which is 0.01. That's $3,000. And it started off, the date that started, let me tell you the date this happened. This was on, the numbers are so tiny, but this is June, May, no. What date is that? Okay, yeah, that's June sorry, May 26th. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
a month, 6 weeks. 6 weeks to here. 6 weeks, $3,000, 6 weeks.
Mhm.
So the
That's good.
system is a blessing. And you know, this is the daily. Let's go down, step it down to the 4-hour. See another one, the 4-hour, you can see this one, right? This one, when this one happened, you put your order in down here, and you can see where it went up to here, pull back, which is all the way up here. That's how much is that? 865, right? From this one up. And then here's another one that's just activated today, right? And then, you know, this already gave a win, pull back, you know, you can see it goes up, it comes down, goes up, it comes down. So this is another one that's now developing as well to give another opportunity for people to be able to make some money. So you could wait until it dips down a little further, you know, to give it a chance to fully develop and then get into the trade.
Okay.
But this is what the market does. And then if you go back, see, here's another one. New safety trade way back here, right?
Right.
And then if we had entered, yeah, see, this is 1,679. So when we build up our trading account, you'd be able to have a trading account that you put in your 4-hour daily and weekly trades. Okay, because here's a weekly buy. This is a weekly buy, right? Weekly. Here's a weekly. Okay. So when it started off down here, you put this in, right? Let's say you came out here when it turned back, right? That's 6. Let me see if I got all right. 7,018 points.
7,000?
Yeah. It's right there. You could see it in the middle. If I put it up to the top, it's more. Up to the top. If you close it out when it went up to the top, that's 9,000. That's what 8,971. 8,000. So 8,000 times $10, because to do $10, that's $80,000. Right?
Wow. You have to have all of the dips and stuff. You would have to have a pretty good size account.
Yeah, because the pullback, down here was that's what 957. So you'd have to have understanding how the market works. If you catch it at its bottom, okay, and you see it push back down, so these red candles came down, and then it started pushing back up. And when it's pushing up, that's when you enter the trade. You don't enter the trade when it's pushing down. So when you see it down and it's now reversing, starting to push up, you put that entry point. You're gonna put your entry point above this red. So you're gonna put your entry point like say here. So when it's going back up, it carries you up, as opposed to it puts you in the trade and it brings you back all the way down. It doesn't mean it won't come back down, but if you enter the trade like up here, when it's at the peak of the green, then chances are it's going to pull you back down.
Right.
But if you enter when it's at the bottom of the red and it's turning green to go back up, that's when you enter the trade. So that way you enter the continuation of it going up. So by the time it comes up high enough, you'd have changed your stop loss to stop profit. So if it turns around and knocks you out of the trade, you're still in profit. But if it doesn't knock you out, then you keep your stop loss tight and you keep it low, you could build up a nice chunk of money. And then it comes up to here, you put your stop profit here, right? So you still like halfway up the journey, right? And then that means that when it started reversing, it would have knocked you out along here somewhere when it started going up. But you'd have made all of that money in the meantime anyway. And then if it knocks you out here, so this is a nice way to build up a longer term account on these weekly. And then if we look at the monthly, it does the same thing, right? This is the monthly, and this is when it kicked in. And if we check that, that's 37. That's 3,700 and let me see if I have it right. Okay, 3,000. Yeah, correct. 3,647. So $10, right? 3,000, right? All right. And if we caught it, if we caught it down here, you know, down here, one of these like this one, somewhere down here, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So some guys have accounts going for 2 years. Right? This is 14,687. That's, you know, this is major. So that's what a lot of people just put their money into these investment platforms like US 30, NAS 100, because these are growth. These companies are growing over time. All right. You know, some reversal does happen up and down, but S&P 500 as you know, has been historically, look at it, historically, it's just been growth. Historically, right? It's never, it's historically a growth asset. And not to mention US 30. Here's US 30 on the 1 month, right? So if we can't, you know, just understanding these dynamics now, this is 21,740 something. 27,000 points. Just imagine amassing 27,000 points at $10. All right, 27. That's 270,000. Yeah, if you do that over a 1 year, and this is just one way of accumulating money. This is not the day-to-day money that we trade. This is just you putting in money in an account and just let it ride over time.
Right. Question. Okay. Kevin Gregor, the other day I was watching him. I think it wasn't the 40s, I think it was the 5th. And he was explaining about the yellow line and the purple and the orange, and when they cross over. And he says that he's doing the scanner with the US 30 and the 2 other symbols that go with it. It was NAS or something.
Yeah, US 30, NAS, and SPX.
SPX, right. If you already have the system, you get the scanner free. That's what he said. I swear I heard him.
The 2 of 3, yes, that's going to be in the scanner. The sniper system, which is an add-on to this, you have to pay $150 a month for that. But the the new system, the 2 out of 3, which is going to give us on his birthday, is a part of we're going to be given that as a part of, once you're in the scanner room, you're going to get it. So if you're in the scanner room,
when's his birthday?
October something, October 20th, I think it is.
So if I get it before then I'll be in that. If it after that, no, you won't get it. If you purchase it after that, you're out.
You pay $500 a month.
I think that's what he said, yeah. So what is the 2 of 3? What is that?
The what? The 2, yeah. So what happened is that with SPX, NAS, and US 30, there's something called blue line trading. All right. So if we look at this, you see this blue line. All right.
Yeah.
So whenever one of these touch the blue line, the other 2, when 2 out of 3 touch the blue line, the third one is going to touch it. So if you have the scanner to tell you 2 have touched it already, you can go ahead and put in a trade for the third one, knowing that's going to go down to that line.
New safety trade alert.
Yeah, so that in itself, it gives you a trade that you don't even have to really think much about, because the other 2 have already touched it. The third one is going to touch it too, you know, and it's been doing it for years upon years upon years. So the system works. So we can go ahead and, you know, take advantage of that. So man, I've been mastering the system, just taking my, you know, not taking my time, but just really mastering it, right? Just mastering it, because this is a major game changer.
I know.
To have a tool like this, click trading, click new order, put in your order, you know, the market goes very close at the moment. But this is just sweet, man. Just sweet, just really sweet.
500. I'm getting a scanner, and I'm going to make that. I got my first commission today, 133, I think.
Hey, so, congrats.
So I'm getting the scanner as soon as I hit the 500 in my wallet.
In your wallet. So you're going to save up your commissions and stuff. You see, I love that, because the fact that you have made commissions by introducing people to the community, and you can now use those commissions and buy the technology. I mean, isn't that powerful? You start with $168, you introduce people, you earn commissions, and now you can use those commissions and buy the technology. Then you can use the technology and make thousands of dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Back your money on in days.
Yes. So to me, it's a no-brainer. You know, getting involved with this is just pure common sense, right?
Yeah.
It's just pure common sense. Not doing this doesn't make any sense. You have to do this. You know, and it's freedom. Not to mention this powerful scanner, right? Look at these 3 trades here. At the end of the day, not NZD, CAD, GBP, AUD, and 3 trades. All of these new that we could put in these 3 trades. But of course, we have thousands of trades per day, not just thousands. This thing calls it about 2,000 trades per day. So we definitely have a major game changer on our hands. Major game changer on our hands, and man, I'm just grateful for the developer, Mr. Gregor, his wife, Bree, Gregor, Mrs. Gregor, and just grateful for them because they didn't have to share this with because a lot of people who know these things, they just keep it for themselves, or just create private groups of people who use it, not come out and publicly, trade online and show people how to trade and make money in front of people and help people to make money. This is amazing, man. Amazing. And then the guy, buying his Bentley over there in Europe, from being somebody who wanted a Bentley, but the monthly payment to own one was just too much based on his salary. And now that he's giving up his job, he works 3 hours a day trading. I think today he made like $3,000 in a short period of time. And then he and his wife are, going out to dinner. That's just beautiful to just do 3 hours for the full day. 3 hours. You have the rest of the day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy, going to different places. Not under any pressure to do anything. That's just it. So grateful for you, Joan. Keep up the great work. Congratulations again on becoming an apprentice. And being able to buy the technology from your commissions. That's just such a good story. So just make sure you stay qualified every week. Just pay attention to your legs because sometimes people fall off, can't care about that. People are gonna do their thing. We can't force people to be successful, right? Right? We just and then
try and at least bring in 1 or 2 persons per week. That's my goal, to try and at least bring in 2 persons per week if I can. One minimum, but at least 2.
Yeah, I strive to at least 1. Last week I brought in 2. This week again, last week and this week again I'm bringing in more. Next week I'm going to every week I make sure that I push myself to make sure at least, even if it's just 1 new member that I enroll every week. And soon, as my testimony from trading, because I'm starting to see clearly I'm going to hit $1,000 in a day here soon. And once I have like a $5,000 week, I'm going to record a video and just start to use that to market the system. And I have 16,000 contacts in my phone. So I'm going to get an artificial intelligence way of sending them text, sending them WhatsApp, of our progression. So I know I'll be able to recruit, at least personally, I'll recruit about 1,000 people out of my network. So with 1,000 people recruited, if they just simply go ahead and just tell a few people, I'd be at Legend, which is $100,000 a month, and then that will duplicate itself 200 because the product works. And here's what's to our advantage. And let me just go here and just Google. Hey, Alan, my friend, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm still at the salty mine, but I was very fortunate to drop in, and I'm so delighted to hear about the Bentley man.
All right, check out this, right? Let's read this together. All right, based on several broker studies, as many as 90% of traders are estimated to lose money in the markets. This can even be higher failure rate if you look at the day traders, forex traders, or option traders, right? Where was that? Fail. how many lose money. So what happens is that over the 300, they do it over 300 days, only 3% of traders make money. Only 3% of traders make money. 3%. All right. Now, what has happened, right? What has happened is that the system that we were taught on how to trade, I don't know if there's a conspiracy behind it. I wouldn't say that, but this stuff about support, resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci, all of that stuff that they've been training us on is actually the opposite to what we need to be able to make money. And that is why Mr. Gregor believes 99% of traders lose money rather than make money. It's not that people are dumb. It's just that we've been taught the wrong information. So we think support and resistance is real. We think Fibonacci is real. We think, you know, all of these things are volume and all of that based on what people have been trained about trading. But that's not what makes the difference. What's happening is understanding the real market, understanding these time frames, understanding, you know, knowing that the banks move the market and you have to move with the banks and not against them. And then understanding the fake move that they use artificial intelligence to trick people, right, into thinking that the market is going to go up when it's really still going down. Okay, so as a result of that, people buy it and going in the wrong direction, not realizing that that's not the trend where the market is going. So we now have the opportunity to have the technology that gives us safe trades, and it's still only a little bit over 1,000 people that have this. So when you think about it, we are in such a privileged position because we have the technology that brings people into that 1% of profitable traders without going down this rabbit hole of, because I went through and learned all of this. You know, I could draw in my lines, you know, and put them in, you know, and then wait for breakout, retest trade and all of that. I went through all of that, but it wasn't consistent. It was plot up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's not until now when we have the safety trade that the profits became consistent and became predictable. It's not until I have the safety trade now that I'm able to correctly predict what's going on, and is eliminating the guesswork. And the only struggle I had was just eliminating some of what I was taught before and trying to add some of what I knew before to this, and it doesn't work. We just have to go with what this says. Red, red, red. Wait for this right here. Just wait for this to turn green. And if it turns green and everything else turns red and the higher time frame is red right here, that's a safe trade. If you put your order in below where it has pushed up, it's going to come back down and push through. Because it's a fake move. The push up is a fake move that they use artificial intelligence to generate. It's not the real market causing it. It's the banks pushing it up to trick traders into giving them their money. And the people fall for it 99% of the time because the information that people have give them the feeling and the information that is going to go up when it's not. So we are not just first movers or adopters of this technology, Mr. Gregor. We are so far ahead of the curve. So what I want to encourage us to do is to master it, you know, dive into it, do not play around with it, practice it, you know, the way Phil did, and get your money. You know, get to the point where you earn, you know, those thousands of dollars per day. And I believe there's going to be a wave of people coming to take advantage of this. I see it coming like nobody's business. There's going to be a massive wave of people coming in our direction to get this technology, because the word is going to get out that Joan is making money, Alan is making money, Harry, Mark, Bridget, Dr. Copeland, you know, Daryl, Jobina. The word is going to get out. And as more people realize that the technology is working, it's a no-brainer to just come by, learn how to use it and make your money. That is going to become like a standard thing. But those of us who are way ahead of the curve, you know, it puts us in a better position. So I'm just grateful and thankful to you guys for, you know, deciding to join us. Timothy, welcome, man. Welcome. Congrats on joining the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Master this technology, man. You know, I was just sharing Joan, you know, the money from right here to right here. It's so sweet, man. So sweet. These moves are so sweet. You know, just so wonderful. So go ahead and collect your money. Next week is going to be another great week of trading again. You know, the market does what the market is going to do. And now we have the technology to tell us what to expect and put ourselves in the right position to be able to take advantage of it. So just sweet times, sweet and wonderful times. All right.
Most definitely.
Yeah, yes. All right. So I think that's it. Friday is here. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to do this again. On Sunday. And then, we keep sharing it with other people because it's the right thing to do, to share it with others. And while we're doing that, we're making money. So I'm very proud of you, Jane. Thank you very much for winning, right? And succeeding at this. And I'm really looking forward to hearing the stories that will come from you and your people in the Eastern Caribbean and beyond as they start to get the technology. And I'm really grateful that you take the route of earning commissions to buy the technology rather than just, going straight into your pocket. Nothing wrong with going into your pocket to do it, but when we do it this way, it's just sweeter.
Sweeter, definitely.
Yeah. All right, wonderful. All right, so guys, enjoy your Friday evening. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate you all.
Yes, you too. Thanks. Bye.
Good afternoon to my very special friend June. To you and your wonderful family. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.